Hey guys, how's it going? So the Monk Way messaged me last night. He's gonna be making a dedicated, actually another dedicated video on Canopy versus Aurora, and he's not well versed in the cannabis space because he doesn't follow it closely. So he messages me to ask me questions. I told him to, when he makes his new video, he should put in a video about shorts, how shorts is the biggest reasons why the stock has gone down. Aurora stock has gone down. That's my opinion. I will be. I do have evidence in this video. I will be talking about it. And all I ask is, if you do find this useful and if you do add this to your video, please mention me a shout out. I help you with this video, and if I got a shout out, I think my channel would have helped grow. I guess at the end of the day, I don't really care, but it's nice to get mentioned. Just. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. I guess you're probably gonna be watching this video, so moving forward. So okay, if we look at Aurora's float, right, as of July 2019, shares shorted was 87.2 million, 11.51% of, and then on August 14, 2019, a month later, 116.51 million shares got shorted. So what that means, that when the stock price is already low, shorters came in and they shorted the stock, bringing the stock price down lower because they know no real retail investors would sell their stock. So they short the market in order to bring the stock price down, and then they come up with bear articles saying, "Oh, Aurora stock's going to go to $4, $5, or whatever," and that scares retail investors to sell and bringing the stock price down even lower. That's what I think is happening in Aurora. I think bears are coming out, trying to attempt to bring the stock price down lower, and then on top of that, shorting the stock, bringing the price down even lower. At the end of the day, a stock is worth as much as the investor is willing to invest. So if all of a sudden, let's say a few billionaires got gathered together and they decided to buy Aurora stock right now, big time, in a massive way, what happens? All those shorters are gonna get scared, and they are going to cover their short, which will cause a skyrocket in share price massively. But that's only if billionaires decide to do that. I don't think so. I think right now billionaires are already shorting the market, and billionaires kind of follow each other. So I don't know, if more billionaires came in and decided to short Aurora stock even more, that would bring down the price even further. It's all about mindset and shorting. Like, that's only 160 million shares shorted on the U.S. side. There's also the Canadian side factor. There's also another additional 21 million shares shorted on the Canadian side. Shorters have covered from 31 million to 21 million shares. But my bet is, if we get an updated version for September 14th, my bet is the shares shorted is probably even higher than 160 million, and on the Canadian side is probably higher than 21 million, but I could totally be wrong. We'll see though. And then bear articles like this, I know they disclosed near the end where they say they have no position in any of the stocks mentioned, but they are probably being paid by shorters to write an article about Aurora falling below $4, trying to scare people, trying to scare retail investors, trying to scare the general investors to sell, to bring down the stock price lower, so then the shorts can make even more money, because shorting is when you borrow stock and then you're hoping the stock price will go down. But at the same time, when you short a stock, it also helps bring down the stock price lower, because because you're selling stock, you're borrowing stock to sell it, and that brings the stock price down lower. So Aurora is getting shorted heavily, and I think that's the biggest reason why the stock will go down lower. At the end of the day, I guess this is kind of just my opinion. This is how I think the stock market works. It's all about investor sentiment, because if we think about it, right, like if we look at the chart of Aurora, Aurora has been volatile over the past 2 years. When Aurora was around $10 over here, this was caused by rich people pumping money into the market. This has nothing to do with great earnings or great whatever. It's just rich people pumping money into the stock market, like super rich people. You see how the stock was $2.22 just before it skyrocketed to $10.77. Super rich people did that, and then after that, massive profit taking and shorting, and then it just kind of traded sideways for a while, and then near here, shorters came in and shorted the crap on the stock. Cannabis came in with the Constellation brand deal. Shorters got scared because they saw Constellation brand get a huge deal. They covered on top of the covering. A bunch of people came in and bought it because they saw a huge uplift in volume. And then legalization happened, coke rumors happened, and the stock went all the way back to $10.52. And then what happened? Legalization happened, Southern News event, shorters came in, shorted the stock. Bam, the stock went all the way back down to around $4.88. And then what happened? Here, Cannabis came in with the whole U.S. Hemp deal. Shorters got scared, so that they started covering the stock again, and then went all the way back up. And then this part right here is when Nelson Peltz came in. Shorters probably covered. Investors got excited. Stock went up, and now the stock is going back down. Why? Because people are shorting the market. The entire cannabis market is down, so investors get scared. So you take shorting with selling in the combination, the stock goes down. So that's my logic behind why stocks move up and down. So take it with a grain of salt, but that's what I believe. Cannabis is also heavily shorted too. Right now they have a short position on 34 million shares. 10% of the stock is shorted. That's only on the US side, and this is not even fully updated. This is only for August 14, 2019. My bet is when September 14th, 2019 comes in, I bet you this short position is going to get increased. That's my bet, because the stock price is going down right now. And then on the Canadian side, there's also another additional 10 million shares shorted as August 29th. It increased by 1.3 million in the month, in 1 month. So yeah. Tilray's not very heavily shorted. It's only 6.25 million shares with a float of 80.98 million. So yeah, that 6.25 million shares shorted is not that big of a deal. It's only a 6.4% position. Cron is also shorted pretty heavily, 11%, with a float of 176 million, 11.35% position short. The only reason why Cron $9.96. I honestly think that this is the bottom. But I could be wrong. I could go down lower. But we'll see. So if Kron and Aurora, if Canopy keeps falling, Aurora is probably gonna keep falling with the market. So that's just how I see it. Investors are gonna look at these other big companies, and they're gonna notice that, hey, they're falling, so they're gonna sell the Aurora stock, and shorters are gonna probably continue to short the stock to help bring down the stock price even lower. That's what I'm thinking. Neo fell after earnings. Neo is down 24%. I wonder how much money I would have made if I shorted this. I mean, if I had put options on Neo before yesterday. Neo just, like I said, Neo, I don't know if I mentioned this on my other video, but I talked about Neo. I said that Neo was gonna, I thought that the bad earnings would cause Neo to go down to $2 or below $2, and right now it's $2.05. I wonder how much money. Too bad. I wish I should have put it. So yeah, it's affecting Tesla too. But let's look at the Neo shorts just for fun. Neo does have a decent amount of shorts. They have a float of 635 million, and they have a short of 140.6 million shares. 13.38% of the stock is shorted. So if all of a sudden these guys decide to cover like big time, the stock price will rise. This probably between July 14th to August 14th there was a huge covering, but I'm betting if they update it to September 14th, we will see an increase in short position. That's my opinion. Yeah, and Tesla is getting affected by this, but by Neo going down, it's actually in theory kind of benefiting Tesla. But if we look at the statistic for Tesla shorts, Tesla is heavily shorted. They have a float of 132.62 million shares. Quite a bit of insider holding and institutional, held by institutional. That's huge. But the short position in it is insane. Over 21.94% of the stock is shorted. 39.3 million shares. Shorts are really betting that this stock will plummet if all of a sudden Elon Musk came out with huge profitability. This stock could easily get short squeezed, and the stock would spike up to like all-time highs. So that is a possibility. But shorts are probably not worried. They're probably gambling on the next earnings report to plummet the stock. But that's just my opinion. Today the market is trading sideways. Oil is down. I guess oil has just been floating around $58 for a while. Not too much to say. The global Dow is down pretty big, but the rest of the market is trading sideways. It's up half a percent, I guess, so it's not really sideways. But Roku is definitely trading sideways. Good thing I got rid of my position. I took my 500% plus profit. I'm not 100% on that thing, but I know at least 500%. Disney is down to $1.33, $133. Disney is coming over with Disney Plus soon. I'm bullish on Disney, but at the same time Netflix is going down, and there's also a gap to fill right here between $115 to $130. I'm hoping this gap gets filled in the near future. I know that I'm hearing a lot of rumors that October might be a huge sell-off month for these stocks, so that could be the gap filling month for Disney, but I don't know for sure. But if Disney does ever go back to around 115, 120, definitely gonna be buying some shares or even some call options, at least in the call options. So Harvest Health is a pretty big out of all the companies, Harvest is one of the, like, out of the all the US multi-state operator, Harvest is the biggest short position. It has total 3.46 million shorts. It has a float of 94.8 million. Shares shorted is about 1.21%. Is the biggest short in Harvest. But the biggest reason why Harvest is down is not because of shorts. It's because investors are selling. They are selling because the entire market, the entire U.S. space is down, and Harvest is getting affected with it. Like, True Eve is hardly shorted. There's only 156,000 shares shorted with a float of about 34.64 million. True Eve is just down simply because investors are, they're looking at the entire market, and they're seeing that the entire market is down, and that's the reason why True Eve is down. Kura is also not very heavily shorted. It's kind of shorted, 1.16 million, but they have a huge ass float. That means that they just have really rich investors in the company. Ianthus also not very heavily shorted. I think Ianthus is just selling off because investors are looking at the market and just selling off the stock. That's just my opinion. Green Thumb Industry, also a company that's not very heavily shorted, only 144.6k. And Cresco Labs is somewhat heavily shorted, but I think once this get updated, I think it's gonna be we're gonna notice an increase in short shares, but that's just my opinion. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this content. Give me a thumbs up, it helps my channel grow. Subscribe for future updates, and have a great day. Bye.